Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to the Mixer, and today I'm going to be talking about something that is in a very different capacity than what I normally do, because it's going to be something about an athlete, a player who, somebody who plays a sport. And normally when I do these kinds of videos, I put in clips and stuff of them, and their goals or baskets or whatever the hell they score, the points, but today is going to be something different. It's going to be a concept vlog talking and discussing about something that happened recently, okay? Now, as you guys should know if you follow the sport of soccer or football, recently, last month on August 10th, Lionel Messi, who played his entire career at Barcelona, he actually signed a deal with PSG, after there was some internal turmoil at the club, and it's pretty crazy, it's really crazy because I think it's something that nobody expected, nobody expected this to happen, even though PSG is a team that historically has always had enough money to buy out Messi, Now, today's video is not going to be a player profile. It's not going to be something where I analyze Messi's career statistics, like I did here with his the video that I did talking about him with Argentina, but this is completely different, okay? I may do a player profile of him in the future, but right now I just want to focus on this, I just want to talk a little bit, and get my opinions out here. Now, here's the thing. Messi translating to PSG. Oh my god, transferring to PSG is undoubtedly one of the most unexpected things I have ever seen happen in this sport, simply because he played his entire career in Barcelona, dude. He played there from 2004 to 2021, okay? I do believe he played like 520 games and scored like 672 goals or so, So it was a lot, dude. It really was a lot, So people who saw Messi play, especially supporters of Barcelona, they expected him to never leave the club, and even if he did, it would have been way further down the line when he was already close to retiring. I think he did say a few times that he wanted to play for Newell's Old Boys, his very first youth club ever, before he actually retired. So that might have been a plan in the works there. Even though it was said that Barcelona was already talking about making long-term retirement plans for Messi, like making plans for him to already retire at the club at the time that he would. So it was, I think everybody was blindsided by the news, and there was a little bit of controversy there to begin with, because Messi was like, he was already kind of tantalizing the possibility of leaving, though he was dissatisfied with the way the club's direction was going. He wanted to leave winningly. He made it clear, look, I'm not happy anymore. I want to leave. I want to go. I don't want to be here, So, but then unfortunately, there were some club issues that made it really hard for him to go, and he didn't want to sue them because it was the club for his entire career, So I guess he decided to just lower his head and just stay there, just push it with what he could. But then things did start to slowly get a little better, because at the time, guys, I don't know if you know, but Barcelona, there was the previous board of directors had left things in a mess, There was a lot of crap left behind by them, a lot of bad mistakes, involving finances. So the club was actually financially in debt, So it was really in debt, and of course this would also take a toll on their players, like for example Messi himself, who was the star player, who had the biggest salary, So, and the way that the team itself had no chemistry, they weren't winning a lot of matches, there was that 8-2 loss to Bayern Munich, So everything was just horrible. Everything was going badly for them, So the infrastructure was leaving one of the best players in the world dissatisfied with the direction that the board was taking, But then he decided to just stay a little bit, He wanted to. There was actually speculation that he might have been going to Manchester City at the time, But he decided to stay a little bit longer and see, what would happen. And hey, for a while it actually, did get better. You see, sometime recently, Sergio Aguero signed from Manchester City to Barcelona, which was actually very surprising as well, I actually don't even know how Barcelona was able to afford that guy, because he was really at the top of his game in England, But hey, it was an Argentinian friend of teammate of Messi's, Messi had already tried to ask for a few different terms for Barcelona, He could try to convince them to bring back Neymar and a few other players as well, They tried to meet his demands, but unfortunately it just wasn't possible, But when Aguero came in, it seemed like he was a little bit happier, he was a little more satisfied, and he wanted to keep playing at Barcelona, so it seemed like he had changed his mind, and now he actually wanted to stay a little bit more at the club, However, On July 1st, he became a free agent after his contract expired, you know. There were talks about them renewing it, but unfortunately there were a few different La Liga regulations that kind of made it really hard to sign Messi again because of his egregious salary, you know. Messi is one of the highest paid players in the world, you know. So, I mean, it's really hard for you to pay this guy's salary without taking a really big chunk out of your team's piggy bank, you know, your club's piggy bank. So, I think that because of that, what the exact La Liga regulations were, I don't know, you know, but it was obviously related to money, you know, the fair play thing where you can't spend more money than another team can or something, you know. So maybe there was something new that was tweaked, you know, and it made it really hard for him to continue with the salary he had. There was a quote by the Barcelona president, Joan Laporta, you know. He said, Lionel Messi wanted to stay and the club wanted him to stay, but with the La Liga rules, it had not been possible. To comply with the league's fair play regulations, we had to accept an agreement, you know, that mortgaged the club's TV rights for half a century, and Barcelona is above everything else, okay? So basically what I'm getting here is that there was something related to, the club was in debt, you know. They had a lot of other debts to pay, you know, because the previous board just kind of ignored them. So they tried to go back and do that, which is the right thing to do. But unfortunately, it meant that they wouldn't be able to pay Messi his salary, you know, even though he agreed to a 50% cut of the salary. The guy agreed to receive half of his salary to continue playing for Barcelona, and it still wasn't enough. You guys have no idea how much money this guy makes at Barcelona every month, man, you know. But I do believe that the salary is calculated by year, you know, but still, it is a lot of money, you know. So it's really hard to pay this guy per month, you know. So unfortunately, that happened, you know. And he unfortunately had to exit the club, you know, financial, you know, and structural obstacles that actually wouldn't allow the club to keep their star player, you know. And he actually, in his very last press conference, he actually cried, you know, because he didn't want to leave. So he wanted to, but the club forced him to stay. And now he didn't want to leave, but the club forced him to leave, you know. I don't think there was a lot of consideration with their best player, you know, because it's because of Messi that they have so many titles, you know. So, yeah. It's crazy, man. I mean, the guy wins 35 trophies for the club, you know, scores so many goals, wins a bunch of different titles that, you know, they had a drought for winning in a while, and, you know, they just don't have any consideration for him at all. You know, so that's what I think sucked. You know, I think it was really badly done. The administration really could have acted better on this. You know, they could have treated him a little better. I think that the board of directors in Barcelona owes him that, you know, because he became so much bigger than the club at one point in his career, man. So he became unanimous with the club became unanimous with him, you know. So I think it was kind of a spit in the face, you know, to him and everything that he did for the club. Okay, so because of all of this financial turmoil within the club, you know, the different sports contracts that they also had in place, which left them with no margin for salary, you know, these things happening. On August 10th, Messi signed with PSG, you know, which nobody expected, but nobody was surprised by. I think it was like him leaving Barcelona was more surprising than him signing with the team who could actually afford him, you know, the richest club in the world, you know, because they have those sheikhs from Saudi Arabia, you know, investing their money and stuff, you know, so they could definitely afford Messi. So then, he signed a 2-year deal, you know, until 2023, if you're good at math, you know. In case you're not good at math, I did it for you there, with the possibility for extending, you know. And there's a very good chance he's going to retire here. He's going to play the rest of his years here at PSG because, I mean, going back to Barcelona is just not an option for him right now, you know. And I have a few more details here for you guys. Oh, and by the way, in something that I think was actually very surprising, you know, and unexpected, more so than the actual transfer itself, he actually took the number 30 jersey instead of the number 10, you know, because it's the one that he wore as a teenager when he first started in Barcelona and Ronaldinho was 10. So it was kind of symbolic to him, like, I'm starting over somewhere new, so I want the number 30 to represent this, you know, me starting again from scratch, you know. And the number 10 does belong to Neymar, you know, who actually offered it to him, by the way. He actually said, look, you want the 10, you can take it, you know, I don't mind, you know. So Neymar has always been like a number 11 to me anyway, but that's a different topic. So he said, no, I'm okay, I'm gonna do it this way here so it could make a little more sense to me, you know. So yeah, he actually debuted on August 29th. I did not catch the game, I didn't know it was gonna be that day. And he came on as a substitute for Neymar in the second half, and even though PSG won 2-0 away from home, you know, against Reims. He didn't really do anything. I think he tried to give a few passes, one to Mbappe, you know, but other than that, like, I don't think he did too much. But it's going to be hard for him to adapt, you know, to the French game, you know, because that's just it, guys. French soccer or football is much different. You know, it's really different, especially compared to Spanish football, where he actually played his entire life, you know. So it's going to be a little hard for him, because I don't know too much about how they play the sport in France, but I know it's much different from anywhere else, you know, because I always hear news about how players are doing certain things and certain games ending in a way that there are not a lot of too many crazy moments, you know. Neymar once got yellow carded because I think he tried to do a rainbow flick over an adversary. So it's not the kind of soccer or football that Messi is used to, even though he has played against PSG and maybe a few other French teams in his time. But actually playing in the French league, you know, I think might be a challenge for him. But I still think it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice to see him try. You know, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen, you know. And now, I mean, he played his entire career in one team with the same chemistry, getting used to the way that they do things, you know. So now he's going to have to do the opposite, you know. Something that we never expected Messi to even do, you know. So it's going to be really crazy to see him try to adapt, you know. Well, it's going to be interesting because either one of two things is going to happen. Either he's going to adapt badly and not be able to play the game the way he always did, or he's going to rise above and beyond and become even better than before. Even better might be hard, right? But I personally hope, even though I'm not like the biggest fanboy of his, I prefer Cristiano Ronaldo, I hope that he really can really make a name for himself in PSG, you know, score more goals and help them win a Champions League, which they weren't able to do, you know, up until this point now, even with the team that they had, you know, Mbappe, Neymar. Before they didn't do it with Ibrahimovic and David Beckham, David Alves, you know, nobody was able. I don't know if they have ever won a Champions League, I can't remember, but in recent years, I don't think they have, you know. It's kind of like a running joke, you know, a running gag that PSG can't seem to win a damn Champions League. So, yeah. It's going to be nice, you know. I think it's cool. I think it's cool how he's embracing a different side to his career, you know, trying to play ball in a whole different country, not a continent, just a country. And I'm really anxious to see what's going to happen. And he's finally reunited with his pal Neymar, who played together with him in Barcelona. You know, they really are good friends. And they saw each other recently. There was supposed to be a Brazil and Argentina match, you know, the World Cup qualifying match, but there was some crazy stuff that happened. The match actually didn't even happen because some of the players violated the quarantine. You guys can just look that up later. I'm not gonna bother to do a full video just talking about that. But Messi and Neymar did meet each other again. They talked a little bit, ran some gossip, you know, so it was nice to see that. And let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see what's going to happen. I hope you guys enjoyed this concept vlog, you know, a much more simpler format than before, you know. But I will in the future make a vlog just talking about Messi, his career accomplishments, that kind of thing. So it's going to be a lot better. So, okay, guys. So if you happen to like this video, then please give it a like and also subscribe to my channel because I release videos every single day. And also consider hitting the notification bell also, you know, while you're at it, because it's going to let you know exactly what time I upload, because I do it completely at random, okay? Sometimes multiple videos per day if I can get a lot done. And shout out in the comments below letting me know what you guys think about Messi's transfer to PSG. If you're excited, if you think he should have stayed at Barcelona, you know, so we can have a little debate about that, all right? So it's all good. This is Chazzy signing out for now. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Roll the outro screen.